Hello and welcome to the stream, everybody. My name is Jordan Merrill, and I am happy to see everybody. This is Stephanie.
Hello.
And we are the Ampli team. Heck
Indeed.
Yeah.
And apparently, keeping up the Ampli team tradition of the infamous double mute.
The double mute. It's very important. You don't want, to only be single muted when you could be double muted.
Yes. I think, everybody who has been remote office working knows that feeling.
The importance of the double mute.
I think the only reason why I haven't fallen prey to the double mute yet is that my mic doesn't have a mute switch.
That would make sense, yeah.
But I've still managed to be muted and keep talking, and then only realize that I still am muted.
Yeah. All right, chat. How are we sounding? Are we sounding good? Are we audio levels spicy? Hopefully we're not too loud. Is it too loud? Maybe we're too loud.
I think we're spiking into the red.
Yeah, we might be too loud. Hold up. I'll turn this down a little bit. Is that better? Is that better? Ha!
I mean, you had very clearly set this amplifier to 11, and this is only for when you want to go really, really hard.
It usually only goes to 10, but sometimes when I'm feeling spicy, I turn it to 11.
These ones go to 11.
Audio's perfect.
Which, honestly, I've never actually seen the movie that's a reference to. It's just such a meme on the internet.
Yeah. Go big or go home. Well, yes. Or as I like to say, go big and go home. Because sometimes
one after the other, please. We first have 2 hours of Humankind stream to manage before we go home.
And thankfully everything is updated. There was a hot fix that should have fixed any problems that people were experiencing with their save files not working after the update. So,
and we're working on another hot fix for the tree planting issue, from what I hear.
Yeah, if anybody's had trouble planting trees, donate to Team Trees. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, there could be another hotfix coming soon.
Not sure if this
low,
week
but
or maybe next
good
week.
enough. Okay, they're saying it's a little low.
I mean,
did I overcompensate?
The big question really is, how will it be once we're in game?
Well, we'll have to see, because I mean the red could very well not mean that we're actually peaking. Because we're not peaking on the mixer per se.
I mean, on the mixer it looks fine. We're not even getting in the yellow, but on OBS we're like, oh, you're in the red. What?
OBS thinks what OBS thinks, I guess. So, anyways, welcome everybody to the stream. This is a wonderful Thursday, and we're going to be playing some Humankind for you today. So, if you weren't here last week, we were playing the Teutons. And we chose the Teutons because we have a very strong Islamic faith going on right now. And
which, if you consider what people think of when they see Teutonic Knights, is a bit weird. Though, technically, I guess the Teutonic Order and the Baltic Order never fought Muslims. Because they were, they're called the Baltic Order because they were active in the Baltic, which isn't exactly, prime Islam territory.
Fair enough. But anyways, welcome, Sublustrous, the Ex Machina. That's a pretty cool name. I like the Deus Ex Machina, but Diaz. It's probably their last name, like Diaz. It's like a Hispanic last name. Tycorn, Nefarious.
Nefarious, I like that version, Veos Dult.
What does that mean? Is that
normally it's Deus Vult, which is, God wills it.
I like it. Very cool. But anyways, without further ado, let's load up the game here. I hope everybody's having a fantastic week. If you missed the previous streams this week, we've actually had 3 so far. And if you're like, what, Jordan? Like, you've had 3 streams? I thought Amplitude only streamed on Thursdays. Nah, not anymore. Not since I got to town.
We're going big now.
Yeah, going big and going home, ladies and gentlemen. So anyways, Mondays we have our Endless Dungeons and Dragons campaign where I, the Dungeon Master, am leading our group of explorers onto the face of a alien planet, which has been kind of an adventure. I don't know, Stephanie, how have you been enjoying it? Or have you been enjoying it even?
I've been enjoying it, and I'm surprised that so far we've blown up only one restaurant.
Only one
Given
I
given
mean,
you know given the
blown up. Like,
I mean it wasn't in shambles, but there were definitely fireballs involved.
it
Not
got.
not the spell, just physical fireballs. And given the tendencies of our stuff on scientist being very much a textbook example of a delinquent stuff on scientist, I guess I'm surprised that that wasn't a more common occurrence so far.
Yeah, very few things have actually blown up so far. What's up, Gareth? Welcome to the
I
stream.
mean, I guess depending on the definition of blown up, because what our Craver cleric did to that poor hog was something else.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Our Craver inflicted some serious wounds on the mama boar that was trying to kill our party.
And I'm pretty sure, like, was it on Monday or was it the Friday before? You were like, "Oh, I'm so worried that if the enemies are too strong, it'll be a total party wipe." And then the Craver cleric is like, "Oh yeah, 10 damage to this one enemy."
I had planned to be using goats as the like boar stats, because I thought that the boars would be too strong. Turns out they were not. They were not too strong. I even brought in a giant boar, and yeah, our Craver basically one-shot it, which was unplanned. Nobody actually got hit in this fight, which was.
I mean, to be fair, the boars rolled really badly.
The boars rolled poorly, and you all rolled like 18s and 19s and stuff.
Except for me trying
Yeah,
to climb on top of the shed.
Yeah, you were trying to get up on top of the shed. It was good times. But anyways, all right, I think our game volume should be good. What's up, Fanatic Caecilius? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for being here. I'm really worried about the redlining. It got so high that it like showed the whole thing as red. We're really not too loud? We have to be too loud, right? Can I get more validation in the chat that we're not like super loud right now?
Yes, dear Chad, he's a professional streamer. He craves validation.
I need you to tell me that everything is okay. Cause yeah.
Which I'm joking about it, but obviously in the end, the only people who can really tell you if your sound setup works is your audience. Because you can do so many checks beforehand. And then you start the stream and people are like, "It's too quiet."
I guess I don't know. Yeah, I'll believe it. I'll believe it. Thank you, Castinar, and Nefarious. Sound is fine. Really? Lunar Gent Thorn? My gosh. Okay, well, hopefully we're at a good volume compared to the game as well. Because that's another test. A standard volume here, and I can hear you crystal clear. Wow. Okay.
Phonetic. I think I'm just to be clear. The RTX there is a typo, and you mean RTS. Because
Right.
I mean, I do have an RTX card, but I don't think there's specifically RTX games.
Yeah, it's definitely got a beast of a PC.
But what other 4X or RTS games? Well, that is.
I like StarCraft.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a question that probably will take me some time to answer. So I'll let you answer first.
I really like StarCraft. I played the Lord of the Rings RTS game that was kind of like Warcraft back in the day, and I really like Lord of the Rings, so that was super cool. So I would play that not with my friend. I didn't have a computer, so I'd go over to my friend's house and play on his computer. And oh my gosh, when you got to have Sauron as like your hero character in the Lord of the Rings game, he would like slap his big mace thing, and it would just like crowds of people would like fling into the air, just like in the movie, and it was the best thing.
I think there used to be a mod for one of the Total War games that put it in Middle Earth, and you could also have Sauron with like the same kind of smashing people through the air effect.
So good. The orcs were always just like so strong as well, which was just kind of fun because it really, gave you that feeling of like, why are these orcs like so strong? But also like it was still balanced because they were like kind of like the Zergs, where their early game is really strong, but then they kind of fall off later game. I don't know. There's just so many ways to play it. And that's part of the reason why I love strategy games, is that there's just multiple valid gameplay styles.
And for me, let's see. Let's start with the RTS games. I've enjoyed the Company of Heroes games and the Dawn of War games, especially because very similar gameplay, but set in the Warhammer 40k universe. And if you've followed my Twitter, you probably know that I'm a 40k nerd. Then I like the Age of Empires games, but I've never really played them that much. I really need to get around to playing through the definitive editions. I definitely enjoyed the first StarCraft campaign, but I never played the second one. Just didn't have the time to get around to it.
Yeah.
And then for 4X games, absolute favorite of mine in the 4X genre is Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, because great game, like the way they weave the story of the planet into the game as well, and the way the factions differ, all of that. Civ 4 I like a lot, especially with the Fall from Heaven 2 mod, because that really pushes how the different civilizations play, because it's a fantasy setting, so it can really play with that, where it's like, oh, this is the faction that worships the god of winter, so they get food from tiles where nobody else can get food, and you can turn everything into ice that nobody else can use, and stuff like that. Or even there's one where, like, oh, when you invent this tech, you literally open a portal to hell, and a demon faction spawns, and then you get a pop-up of, hey, do you want to play as this demon faction?
Yes, please.
And their whole thing is like their people don't actually eat food, because they're not people anymore.
They're demons.
But they don't grow, so you need to conquer other cities to get people, or something like that. So it's like
very interesting,
really, really different from the normal experience. And then it's been a while since I tried it. Old World, I hear is really good, but I need to try it again now that it's in 1.0. I only tried it when it only freshly came out into early access. So.
Fair enough.
And some people would argue, I don't know if it counts as a 4X or not, because there's some discussion if it's 4X or Grand Strategy, but Stellaris is pretty good.
Stellaris. So as we hop into this game, because we're doing really well right now. Currently, we're spanking. Well, we're close to being number one.
We're still about 50 points short from being number one.
But anyways, Stellaris, I've heard a lot about this game, and I've seen some like gameplay footage, but it's like a third-ish person, like an over-the-shoulder.
No.
Is it first person?
No, it is more like, if you think of ES2, but a bigger scope, like the galaxy is way bigger.
Can't you
but real time. A lot of the footage you see will use they have a console command you can turn on where you can use the gamepad to control the camera. So a lot of the time people use that to take like beauty shots.
So am I crazy then? Am I crazy if I haven't watched like a video about somebody going and actively picking up like shipments as their person?
You may be thinking of a different game.
Am I not thinking about Stellaris?
No, absolutely not.
Really? What's up, Mohammed?
Although I see people mentioning Planetary Annihilation. I never got to try the original Planetary Annihilation, but another RTS that was really good was Supreme Commander. And one that I would recommend people try out that wasn't super popular globally, Earth 2150, which was like by a German company, and it was mostly successful only in Germany, but it is really good. And now I actually need to remember what we were doing.
Oh, this does not look like it at all. This is like a map. Yeah.
Yeah. So you were clearly thinking of a different game, but I can't.
Star Citizen.
Oh,
that's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, that is a very, very different game.
Okay. Wow. In my brain, it made so much sense. I'm pretty sure it's Star Citizen because it's like you can like walk around and stuff. That must be it, right?
Yeah.
That's got to be it.
That is. I don't know
why I was so confused about that. Like, it made so much sense. I was like, yeah, Stellaris. That's what I'm talking about.
Console hat. We're in Paris, but I am originally from Germany. I grew up there, which is why I'm. A lot of games that are not super successful globally, I'm aware of, like as I said, Earth 2150, great game, but think this actually might be good for us, but not super successful outside of Germany and the Anno series, which is like it's more successful these days. You might have heard of Anno 1800, the one that's like Victorian age.
Mm-hmm.
They got more globally successful, I think, around the first one that was set in the future. But the original one, Anno 1602, I believe. Wait, let me. Yes, 1602. Then the sum is 9. Because for some reason the year in their title always adds up to 9 if you add the digit.
Right.
They just decided that it would be that way.
Okay.
That one, I don't think anybody outside of Germany heard of that until they had like the big hits, and then they released the definitive editions.
Right. Makes sense. Anno, another great series. Original and the newest two are the best.
Yeah, exactly. Nefarious. The secret is in the checksum. I think they got more globally successful when their company is now part of Ubisoft, and they weren't before.
Oh, they got okay.
So obviously with Ubisoft, they got a bit more help in the marketing department.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Right. We were preparing for a war somewhere, I think.
We wanted to get people over to the Greeks.
Yes, right. We wanted to tell them, hey, you're following the wrong religion.
Because I think, the Team Brown is the people that we still need to convert.
No, I don't know if we still need to convert. We have some oppressing the faithful here. But also Team Brown is like, the biggest rival we have, so we absolutely need to properly prepare to face them. And yeah, we are building some of our districts to start converting them. This one
8 faiths, not bad, I guess.
I'm trying to decide which spot, but I don't think it makes a difference really, because this one would be a farm and this one is ocean, so it really doesn't make much of a difference there. But here at least I think probably here, because then we have all the makers' quarters around there, and hopefully we'll eventually get these territories to attach them.
Okay.
This is probably a city that if you're playing the Romans, you don't want to see.
Teutoburg. Yeah, it's very interesting when they name different games, different things in different countries. Even in the U.S., like they have certain like restaurants that are named different things on the West Coast versus the East Coast. Like I mean, the one that comes to mind is Carl's Jr. On the West Coast is Carl's Jr. On the East Coast, once you pass a certain like line in the U.S., then they call it Hardee's, which like sounds nothing.
That one I've already heard of. The other name I'd never heard.
You never heard of Carl's Jr.?
No, I've only heard of Hardee's, but I hadn't heard of Carl's Jr.
Yeah.
So,
this is what I'm saying. Like, it's just so weird that like, why did they think they needed a different name? Like, those West Coast people aren't gonna vibe with Hardee's. Like, we need to change it. What should we name it? Let's name it Karl's, but like not just Karl's. Like that sounds like multiple Karl. Like let's name it Karl's Jr. Cause not the dad. Like I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. What's up, Bombardin? How you doing? And Silver Luke and Twig on a Leaf. Wow, the whole gang's here. Thank you all for being here today. It's fantastic having you in the stream. I think it was a legal thing for marketing or tax reasons. Huh. The more you know. Did I tell chat about my drink yet?
Oh, you mean the disappeared one?
Yeah.
No, you hadn't mentioned
chat.
That.
I'm mad, okay? I went... Hardee's is a name used worldwide. Oh, Console House. I didn't know that it was used worldwide. Interesting. You talked about burgers and the gang dropped in. Yo, food brings people together. Speaking of food bringing people together, it also can tear people apart because so I like going to go get kebabs on Thursdays. It's kind of a tradition that we have. Sometimes I go alone, sometimes people come with me, right? Including Stephanie, Dark Arrow, whatever. We sometimes go, people who want to go can, people who don't want to go don't have to go. But they have this policy where you have to spend at least €6 if you want to use a credit card or whatever, or debit card. Exactly, kebab day. And I'm mad. Hi, Mad. I'm Dad. Anyways, I go and buy my kebab. The kebab is €5.50. They make it so that you have to spend €6 so that you want to get a drink so that you can use a card and not have to pay in cash. I don't carry cash because I'm not, of that generation. I was of the generation where we had debit cards in like middle school, right? Anyway.
Meanwhile, I'm grew up in Germany where debit cards aren't really a thing many people use, so I always carry cash.
Yeah, well, yeah. In the U.S., we just like had cards when I was younger.
Oh, trust me, it was such a pain moving here and realizing, wait, it's normal for people to have a debit or credit card.
Yeah,
it was a pain because German banks don't issue you one by default. You need to specifically ask for one.
That's crazy. What are they doing for you? They just keep your
They
money?
they have the EC card. You only get the option of put in the card and enter the PIN. Contactless pay. You need to specifically ask for a credit card that you can just enter the number online. You need to specifically ask for.
I should really just get like my phone to be my card or whatever. But anyways, what's up, Rogan? Anyways, so I get my kebab, I get a drink because I'm like, well, I don't have cash, so I have to buy a drink because they're forcing my hand, which screw them, but also, okay, fine, I got a drink, hey, that's fine. I have to work until 8 p.m. Might as well have a little bit of caffeine. And so I get the drink, I bring it back. I don't want to drink the drink for lunch because I want it for later when I'm going to stream. So I put the drink in the fridge to keep it cold and nice between lunch and the evening. That's only like what? Our lunch ends at 2 and we stream at 6. So what, 4 hours? In those 4 hours, somebody came by and took my drink. And so now I'm sitting here like, I don't get to have my tasty drink that I've been excited about since lunchtime, How do you pronounce it? Oh, wow. That's a great question.
Yeah, I think it's
Gigantati,
but I'm not sure.
It's probably a silent H.
I do not speak Haudenosaunee.
Also, what's up, Martoni? You can tell it's E because of the 3 I's. I promise it wasn't me.
Are you sure it's not Martin III?
We gotta find the drink stealer. I know. This is. Thank you for the F in the chat for my drink, Nefarious. But here's the thing, like, it's not even about the €1 that I spent on my drink, right? What's up, Oscar? How you doing today? Welcome to the stream. It has 100% to do about the principle of it. Of like, I want to be able to trust that I can put my drink in the fridge and not have somebody take my drink. Because if this is how it's gonna be, then I'm gonna need to put a mini fridge on the marketing budget. We need a marketing fridge to protect my drinks for the streams. It's a stream necessity.
You need to just have the mini fridge right behind you so that in the middle of the stream you can just
crack it open. Who wants to sponsor our mini fridge? We'll get a Red Bull one if they want, We need to open an investigation. Yeah, let's do it. Could have been drinking it in your sleep. I haven't slept since lunch, Bexter Rios. Oh my gosh. But anyways, you know what I mean? Like, who just goes into a fridge and looks and is like, this is a tasty beverage that I did not purchase. I think I'll drink it.
I think we're soon going to get culturally converted.
Oh, shoot.
+1 influence population city is what our neighbors here just picked up. So they probably have...
Team Brown?
Yeah, they probably have a crazy amount of culture output here now.
Ooh. Okay. Do we have any way to fight them back?
Not right now. We might be able to when we get to the next era.
Early modern.
Early modern. I think the Ming get... The Grand Tea House will give us a crazy amount of influence.
Ooh, nice. Per adjacent district.
No.
Per district.
No, not adjacent. Any district in the city.
Well, that one's +2 influence per adjacent, right?
Yeah, but the important bit is this
right.
Top, because if you check, like...
we have a lot of districts.
Already has 14 districts.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's true. Hold up, wait a second. I got to do a voice impression. The thing about no wait. The thing about people, Mr. Wayne, is that some people just like to watch the world burn and steal your drinks. Some people take a bite out of an apple and leave it in the fridge forever. Why? Install a secret camera in the fridge. I think HR would have problems with that one.
Yeah, probably.
I think hidden cameras are kind of a no-go in an office space.
I mean, I'd say hidden cameras should be a no-go pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, well, that's true. That's true. Just become HR? No, I can't do that. See, here's the thing, though. Like, I've put things in the fridge multiple times, and I've never had a problem. And I swear to you, today I had this premonition where I was just like, maybe I should hide my drink, like, in somewhere in the fridge where, like, it'd be harder to find it. But then I was just like, but nobody's gonna take it. Like, I had that thought, actually, at lunch today. I was just like, but my name's not on the drink. And then I'm like, but people are all adults here. They should know that they didn't buy the drink, so it's not theirs. Like, don't drink it if you didn't buy it. But apparently, I've never been on live TV before. Has anybody seen that video? Apparently. Anyways.
3 more districts, then I can advance.
Call the FBI. Honestly, I'm thinking about it. Remind me again what the Kaiser Dome is for. You get like a bunch of things from the Kaiser Dome. Faith, influence,
It's mostly the
and
faith
industry.
for adjacent districts, which will help us push over here.
Okay.
But I want to get a couple of them out, because we'll probably soon be switching cultures.
Gigonsase. Gigonsase.
Yeah, you will have to ask a native to actually tell you how to pronounce it, because
What language is it originally in?
Haudenosaunee. The language spoken by the Iroquois Confederacy. But Iroquois is not the term you're supposed to use
Where
anymore.
is that?
It's in the Great Lakes area.
Oh shoot.
They're the people that inspired the Constitution.
Okay. Interesting.
You may want to look into
I
the
would-
history of your own country.
I was like, that's news to me. So we're talking about not Cherokee. You said Iroquois?
Yep. Also,
It's a different tribe of Indians.
It was 5 tribes that, formed a federation, and then, eventually Benjamin Franklin learned about that and was like, hey, this federation business is, a pretty good idea, and
Well, we should
kind
do
of
one of those.
modeled the Constitution on that.
Jordan, you were mentioning something about people fighting over food. Were you referring to the missing drink case? No, but I should have. I should have been. Interesting. Yeah, Saikana's right. The FBI probably doesn't have very much jurisdiction out here in France. I don't know, chat. What do you think about it? Do you think this person was in the wrong for taking a drink that didn't belong to them? Granted, like I said, I didn't mark it. I didn't put anything on it. Do not provoke Team America. America. I don't know. I have to feel bad about it, I don't think there's any way that I can just be like, yeah, like this is fine.
So can we crank out another Kaiser Dome somewhere here?
Oh, that's pretty good too. I think also like just the fact that I grew up in America, I have a very like overdeveloped sense of justice. Like this is not me excusing myself. I just think that like because of the culture in America, we really want things to be fair, and when things aren't fair, like, ooh, it rubs me the wrong way. Could be anyone, even the people closest to you, like the person next to you. No, I think I would have seen if Stephanie was drinking my drink.
The thing is, I need to walk past him to get to the kitchen. So
Yeah,
I can't be the one.
our desks are very close to each other's. I don't know who would do it, is the thing. Where in the US am I from? We learned about the Iroquois. Oh, well, see, it helps to have it spelled out. to really like get the vibe of like what the word was. The Iroquois in public school, including that they inspired the Constitution. I think that was the Massachusetts Constitution, which in turn inspired the federal one. Gotta admit, my high school, the 2 years that I spent in an American high school before I moved to Barcelona, our high school wasn't like the greatest. Gotta be honest. We were like a really poor high school in Oregon. You know, we didn't even have, I think the only like non-core class that we provided at the high school, and by non-core I mean math, science, reading, like other than the main classes, all we had was home ec, and they only had like 2 of these classes, and so I never even got to take it. But like we didn't have any extra classes. We didn't have a mechanics class, we didn't have a radio class, we didn't have any of these like fancy classes that like other places have. Take a picture of a similar drink and print, "Have you seen this drink?" and paste it on the fridge. You think you're joking, Nefarious, but I took a picture. I took a picture of where in the fridge my drink was missing from.
He is definitely the Instagram generation, I guess.
I took a picture so that I could be like where in the fridge, like my drink used to be right here, right there. It's not even auto-focusing on it, but it's not there anymore. That's where it used to be. Just in case anybody needed to be like, where was this drink that you were looking for? And I can be like, oh, I can show you exactly where it was. I would laugh and say it was me, Dio, who stole the drink. It was not me. I should have known. The Iroquois Confederation, yes, the Founding Fathers took a look at their laws and governing system, and they formed the states and Constitution. Also, America was founded on personal freedoms, trumping over society's freedoms. I went to high school in Oregon, and I even learned that history. Hey, like I said, my high school was maybe not the best. Also, let's be honest, was I listening in high school when I lived in Oregon? Probably not.
Like, you know, everybody in high school.
Yeah.
So, should we go for the extra influence so we can fight back against?
I think we should, because at least we should try, right?
Let's see if we have other options for more influence.
It could, yeah. Maybe there's some other good ones.
This one will help us push our religion, but I think we're good on pushing the religion, and we really need the
influence.
So, of course, the Janissaries are very good, and this becomes very good when you realize, oh, this applies to the artillery, so you can crank out crazy amounts of artillery in the industrial.
Dude, I'm living for Nefarious Bread's comments right now. That's a big-sized hole in the fridge to match the one that's left in your heart from this betrayal. Someone from my own Ampla family betrayed me.
Now I'm thinking, since we were already on, referential humor. Curse your sudden but inevitable betrayal!
Yeah, seriously. Oh, I just want to cry. I just want to cry and drink something. I'm going to get my water, because at least I'll have that to drink. What if I can cry and keep myself hydrated?
The terror of the bovines. The empire's might and tradition and beholden to the past. No city is more unenlightened than the metropolis of Kawachi. In this superstitious place, where hearsay and myths run wild, farmyard animals are now being put on trial for crimes of stealing drinks. After a herd of cattle were sentenced to be burned on a fire for conspiring against the empire, one wealthy landowner hasn't had enough. Now he petitions you to intervene. What is your stance on the judgment? So, do we concur that these cows are up to no good? I'm thinking, Wallace and Gromit?
Yeah.
With the sheep? Oh, these sheep are up to no good.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going for the cheese, Gromit. We forgot the cheese.
Or we can overturn the ruling that the cows are up to no good. Or we can just,
educate people about cows.
I'm not sure why, educating them that this is called scorch.
Because we're gonna burn the cows?
Well, no, that's what they're trying to do.
Oh, wait. Why is it called scorched then? Because we're burning it into their minds that they're dumb.
But yeah, I'm leaning either we get the extra faith production to convert territories,
Science
or we
probably is
get
pretty
the science.
good.
I think the science is pretty good. How much do
Yeah.
we make a turn?
Wow, 425. That's actually not that impactful then.
That's 150 total. That's not that impactful. So I guess let's go for
25% faith?
yes.
That's much better, I think. That
This
would
one
give
would
us
push
less
us over
stability.
into industry, though.
Yeah.
And this one would give us. Oh, we'll lose faith on territory here. That's probably a bad idea right now. So I guess we do concur.
Faith.
The cows are clearly responsible for stealing your drink. Was there any milk in that drink? Maybe it was revenge.
No, it was Pepsi. And I was actually really excited because somebody, I don't normally drink Pepsi, but somebody was drinking a Pepsi Max. And I've never had a Pepsi Max before. And I was like, what is Max? And they're like, well, it's all the flavor, but none of the sugar. And I'm like, so what's
At least
the difference?
they claim to be.
Right. I was like, so what's the difference between a sugar-free Pepsi, like a Pepsi Diet, and Pepsi Max? And I don't know if anybody's ever been able to explain this to me, but essentially they said it's all the flavor. And I'm like, so it doesn't taste bad like diet soda tastes? Because I hate diet soda. I can taste the aspartame and it tastes like garbage. Well, at least the aftertaste is garbage. But so I wanted to see if it was as good as people say. But now I'll never know because somebody drank it. Somebody evil drank it. Anyways, I should probably catch up with some of the chat. What's up, Dobry? Dobry, hello comrades, how is the mood? Well, kind of like happy, but also sad. What do you call that? Melancholy?
No, I think melancholy is pretty much
Melancholy.
only sad.
Sorry, melancholy. I was...
Yeah, but I mean, I'm pretty sure that's only sad, not happy.
Is it though? Hold up. Hey Siri, define melancholy. Siri, do you... Hey Siri, define melancholy.
As a noun, melancholy means a feeling of pensive sadness, typically with no obvious cause. Do you want to hear the next one?
No, that's okay. A feeling of pensive sadness. Okay, well, you're correct. I thought melancholy was like kind of like happy but sad, like bittersweet. Maybe that's bittersweet, because then there's sweet in the word.
Yeah, maybe.
At least there's sweet in the word.
I mean, melancholy, I think that actually is a word that harkens back to the whole four humors theory in the Middle Ages.
Oh, from the colic or whatever?
Well, melancholy is like the black colic, the
Right.
sadness, whereas the colic was like the anger or something like that.
Okay, this makes sense. I like the etymology that we're getting into here. I can dig.
Yeah, exactly, the humors. Where
the-
you had also where you had like sanguine, like the blood for like passion.
Right. The lymph system, not the limbic system.
Oh yeah,
Lymphatic system?
We should maybe get a.
All your cities gain.
No, not what was it? There was one that gave. Oh no, did we? We already got the.
We already got the
had
anchor what?
Food per faith. A lot of faith per district.
Yeah, St. Basil's could be good.
So let's grab St. Basil's and just slap that down somewhere in our capital where we already have a lot of districts, I guess.
It's a good question. Why?
We have 23
Why
districts
didn't-
here, so this one will be already. Does it say? No, it doesn't say. I think that this will be. I don't know if it counts itself, but it's already over 40 faith just for that. So that'll be another 42.
Dang, let's go.
But where do we build it?
Close to the brown people.
Well, I mean,
Team
if we
Brown?
build it close to the brown people, we will need to build it here where we only have 8 districts.
Oh, right, because we got a bit on the one that's got a lot of districts. Fair enough. You right. So why do we pronounce basil, the herb, basil, but when it's a name, we pronounce it basil?
I mean, in this case, I pronounce it basil because I think that's how
The Russians
the
pronounce
Russians
it?
pronounce it.
Yeah. Does it have, like, how do the people in Russia say St. Basil's Cathedral? Basilius.
I know cathedral is Sobor, and Saint Basil Basil is probably Sankt Basil because it's also Sankt Petersburg, I think.
Okay.
But I'm not sure. I can read Cyrillic, but my Russian is only good enough to say that I don't speak Russian.
Yeah. If it comes from the Orthodox Church and or Byzantine
I mean,
Empire.
it absolutely comes from the Orthodox Church because it is an Orthodox Church.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I mean, I guess maybe.
And they just translate it into Russian because, well, they're in Russia, right?
Yeah, maybe we should.
But that's
just
a
build
good
up
spot.
here.
Look at how
it looks
cute
nice,
that looks.
and we're only losing like 3 food here.
I'll take that, yeah. I mean, it's next to a pyramid, and what was that other one that we did?
I mean, this is really like we have like 3 cathedral, a pyramid. Now we're building another even bigger cathedral.
What was the one to the left?
That's just a city,
The city center
but it
from-
does look like a temple.
Yeah, is that the Egyptian one that we had originally?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is Faith District here,
In Russia, we call it Sobor. Sobor.
which appropriately is the emblematic district of the Russians.
I've never been Sobor.
Oh man, no. That one is potentially culturally insensitive.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's just such a good play on words. Such a good play on words. No hate, though. No hate, though. There are a lot of funny Russia memes, though. I feel like Russia's got more than their fair share of memes. So many religious buildings. How's the religion screen looking?
I mean, it's looking maxed out. But
As
here,
far as our conversion of the rest of the world,
this is all good. Here we're slowly pushing it over here,
yeah,
which I guess no, this is not brown territory. This is our allies here.
yeah.
But the brown people are the only one who can rival us.
Are we currently converting any of them? Like in the half and half cities? Are those actually converting?
Only here and here.
Okay.
But it might be that we can start pushing from there. But given that this is actually pretty far away from where we are, this is pretty good.
I mean, that's impressive, yeah. Our influence has spread wide.
Well, actually, no. Our influence hasn't spread wide.
Well, our religion has spread wide.
How much longer? Soon we have the heavy infantry.
I mean-
right, I was trying to get more money so I can upgrade these guys. Obviously, it's going to be a little harder now that they're direct fire, but I think we need the increased strength.
Jordan is an influencer, so it makes sense. I am a master of influence. Oh, gosh. Goodness. The
Alright,
Grand
this is
Tea
close.
House.
I did want to. Where?
What kind of tea do we serve here? Chat, what kind of tea do you think we serve at this tea house that is so grand?
I mean, if it's a grand tea house, it's probably run by Uncle Iro, so it needs to be jasmine tea.
Jasmine. I like that, yeah. Smoked black mate tea. Arr. At this pirate tea shop, we only sell mate tea.
I think I'm actually just going to bulldoze over
Green tea.
the commons quarter here. We get a bit less stability, but we get so much influence.
That's a lot of influence.
And the
That's a
stability
lot
here,
of influence.
the stability is looking pretty fine. And if it's not good, then we can always, fix it after.
Mate with
How
rum,
are we
let's
getting-
go.
We're getting 7. No, it's grayed out. We're not getting the 7 here. Because
It's a
then
market quarter,
yeah,
right?
exactly. It's a market core, so we shouldn't get 7 industry from there.
Okay. I'm a fan of a good, mint tea. I like mint. Mint's tasty. And I like the kind of, burning sensation. Hey, we got an achievement. Heroic patience.
Yeah, I think that's play 1,000 turns or something like that.
Nice. Let's go. And we only play this on stream, so... Okay.
Actually, hey, the problem we've been having hey, we need money to upgrade troops. I can just... Wait, no, wait. Wrong ability. This one is the one that converts money to influence, right? Yeah.
Yes. Cultural Blitz.
It was
What's
the
up,
merchants
Panzer?
that get the...
What kind of mojito is the best? For me, non-alcoholic, because I don't drink. But I'm assuming this is a joke, so please tell us the answer. Is red tea just green tea leaves that have gotten more mature? Kind of like how a red bell pepper is just green bell pepper that's older? That's what I want to know.
Okay, this one is actually on 5 different cities, so now it's 75. That's still not great compared to what we get. So I guess let's go over productive because the industry is going to be useful.
Yeah, it's still 5 cities too, so that's good. I thought red tea is what the West calls black tea. But we have black tea.
Yeah, exactly. We the stores at least call it black tea, so.
Yeah, they definitely sell black tea here. Tycorn, are you telling us to... You want me to ask Siri? Hey Siri, Google what's the difference between red tea and black tea?
Okay, I found this on the web for what's the difference between red tea and black tea. Check it out.
Oh, there's a Quora article. Hold up. Are you guys planning on adding a new culture? We definitely plan on adding a lot of things to the game in the future, and new cultures are definitely going to be a part of that. There are free updates and paid updates to the game coming soon, so keep your eye out there. And I was actually just reacting to the event, but yeah, you got knowledge of this. All right, chat. The terms black tea and red tea can either refer to totally different things or the same thing, depending on what context you're in.
Great start to the explanation.
Yeah, this is fantastic already. In most of the US, UK, and other English-speaking Western cultures, black tea refers to fully oxidized tea from the Camellia sinensis plant, i.e., as described in this article on Great Tea, and red tea refers to rooibos. Oh. An herb native to and grown in South Africa.
Yeah, I've had rooibos tea.
So red tea isn't actually tea, it's rooibos.
I mean, that's true for a lot of things that we call tea when we go shopping in the supermarket.
Chamomile and all this stuff, right? Red tea is rooibos. Oh, shoot. So, okay. Used to produce a caffeine-free herbal tea. These two drinks are very different. They're not even from the same plant. They share in common a few characteristics of flavor and the fact that they are both oxidized during production. But in Chinese culture, even when people are talking about it in English, what we in the US call black tea is often referred to as red tea. This is because the Chinese word for this type of tea, hongcha, in pinyin, is literally translated as red tea. Pinyin is just the using the what is it, Romanic letters? What are our letters in English?
They're Latin letters,
Latin,
yes,
okay.
or Romanic, I guess you can call them.
Okay, so sweet.
I mean, the alphabet is called the Latin alphabet, but writing like Chinese or Japanese in them is called romanization, I think. So
right. So pinyin is essentially how I can pronounce Chinese letters or symbols, characters, without actually knowing what they are, because I can spell it out essentially. If for anybody at home that was wondering what the heck is Jordan talking about, and how I know that, it's not because I speak or read Mandarin. It's because pinyin lets you say it essentially. Anyways, people who use this term, if they talk about rooibos at all, will refer to it explicitly as rooibos and will generally not call it red tea. If you are in a context where there are tea connoisseurs talking about single origin Chinese teas, chances are red tea will mean hongcha, which is the same thing as what most people call black tea. In most other contexts, though, red tea will mean rooibos. If you, like me, go between mainstream tea culture and these more focused Chinese tea cultures, you may need to check to make sure that you know which is which, and the way people are using the term.
So what you're saying is the real answer is it's complicated.
The real answer is that when we say red tea, we don't actually mean a tea leaf. We mean a African root.
I think in
Called
Germany,
rooibos.
I've usually seen it just labeled rooibos tea and not
Yeah.
red tea. So
That makes sense, though, actually.
apart from it not actually being tea.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, so interesting. Black tea in China is the fermented pu'er. Pu'er. Interesting. Are our numbers Arabic?
Yes,
Yeah.
I've actually once had I'm not sure if he was actually Arabic, but he definitely spoke Arabic because he was Muslim, so he needed
Right.
it for the Quran. And he showed me the way they write the numbers in Arabic, and a lot of them looked like, oh, if you just turn it 90 degrees, it's exactly the same as ours.
Really? That's cool.
There were a lot of similarities.
Yeah. I always saw all these people in like the US military that would like go and learn Farsi or Arabic or whatever to like be useful, I guess, in the military. And I always thought it was super cool to be able to speak one of those like Middle Eastern languages. But like, I don't know. I guess I didn't learn them. I didn't go into the military. Humankind should have won best strategy game instead of AOE4. I mean, AOE4 is like a great game,
I
though.
haven't
from what
tried
I've
it
heard.
myself yet, but I've heard.
I also
great
haven't
things.
played it, but I've heard that it's really good. And I mean, they're a great studio, obviously. So like, you know, GG's to them. could have gone either way, right? Our number symbols are from India. James,
Well, the Arabian world got it from the Indian world. So yeah, if
There's
you
a lot
go
of
if you go
crossover.
all the way back, obviously, yeah, then it goes back to India. But they're generally called Arabic numerals because they're closer to the Arabic version of them than to the Indian version.
right? Fair enough.
But but I guess, you know, in the end, it's just a naming thing, and just like in the modern world, it's all about stealing somebody else's work and pretending it's yours.
Yeah, seriously though. Seriously. Interesting. Nefarious is saying Chinese black tea comes in big wheels that couldn't make the sea trip all the way back to Britain, so red tea was the one that got traded in the West as black tea. You know, so I don't drink tea, just as a small. So I don't drink tea. I don't drink what is traditionally known as tea, ergo green tea, and I guess Chinese black tea. Things that
These-
come from the tea leaf.
These dudes are so much faster than the rest of our armies.
Goodness gracious. Well, they do. They're only 6 compared to a 4, though. How are
Yeah, but because it's such a
Well, a
far
long
distance,
distance.
it's like, oh, they're already here, and the other guys are like, oh, yeah, we'll be there in 3 turns.
They're on foot, though, right? Like, give them a break. The Great Tea Conundrum. Yeah, McSpidey. Oh, goodness. Yeah, so basically, I don't drink tea, but when I was volunteering in China for 4 months with my wife, you know, like, I'm sensitive to the fact that not partaking in somebody's offering of tea could be seen as disrespectful. And and so there were like a couple times in China where I did actually drink tea, because even though it's like a personal thing that I don't do, I was like, I will not offend this person just to be like, when I didn't drink tea.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not like you're allergic to it or something.
No, and I'm
right?
not-
It's
yeah.
just personal preference.
It's a personal choice. And so I was just like, you know, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And gosh dang it, isn't it tasty though? I tried this like boba with rice and beans drink. They have some crazy drinks in China. Like they love the teas. And they have these like drinks that had beans in it, but it's like sweet beans. In China, they use sweet beans to like flavor desserts. So they have these dumplings, essentially they call bao, and they put, you know, chicken in them. They put beef in them, whatever, you know. But then they also have ones that are like dessert bao that come with bean paste in them. That is like so good. But anyway, so they make these drinks that are bean flavored drinks, and it's so earthy and so like rich, but then it's also like sweet and delicious, and like And then they mix in the black tea, the real black tea, apparently. And hot dang, it's good. But, you know, win in China, am I right? Win in China. You don't drink tea? Damn, bro, you lose a lot. Tea.
I should be drinking more tea and less coffee.
I mean, if you really want to choose between the two, I would say that tea is probably the better option. Because there's not too much redeeming about coffee, is there? I've tried red bean paste bow. It's sweet and peculiar. I haven't tasted anything like it. The red bean's good, yeah. There's red and like a blackish colored bean paste. I don't know if it's actual red beans, but it's like, I think it's darker than the red kind. But anyways, the like school that me and my wife were volunteering at to like teach English.
Oh, wait, no.
They would have these options for breakfast for us to eat that were these like kind of like flaky pastries. Why are we arguing over tea, lol? I don't know, Panzer, because it's fun. It's also educational. I've learned things today. Are we looking whether we want to demand things from them?
I'm thinking, first, you know, figure out where these are. This is not a territory we want because it's too far away. But here it says claimed one on our border, so this one.
Oh, that's right there, yeah.
With goodwill.
And then
No blood need shed over
this one was the one that's too far away, right?
Oh no, twig on the
So
leaf
I'm
has
going
been
to
triggered.
demand
Now they
this
want
one.
bow.
And then we refuse,
I cannot brook
and then we'll wait while our troops get into position. And then, while they think us demanding that they convert to our religion is blasphemy, actually, it's Sparta.
Yeah, this is Sparta. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, so they had
Tea.
these like flaky. Well, yeah. Well, this isn't about tea. This is about the bean paste. But they had these flaky little. I guess you can call them a pastry, but not in the sense of like a French pastry. There's much less butter. There's a saying in French about butter, where in Beauty and the Beast. Well, I'm getting off track now, but let's just do it. In Beauty and the Beast, there's a line in the "Be Our Guest" song where they're like, be our guest, and then they're like, try the gray stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me, ask the dishes. And so anyways, in the American Disney parks, they've actually like taken that line, the gray stuff, and they've turned it into a dessert, actually, like a real dessert, where it's like a gray mousse that's like Oreo flavored, which of course we turned Oreos into mousse.
Of course,
Because it's America and America, you know? So, but anyways, but in French, they don't say try the gray stuff, it's delicious, because the French people would be like, the gray stuff? What is that? Like, they'd be like, that sounds disgusting. So, in French, they say, how do you say to cook in French again?
I wish I could remember, but my French is bad.
Oh, how do you say to cook in French? Gosh dang, I remember this. I love how the USA can turn healthy food like yogurt into things like froyo. We're really good, actually. That is a skill that we have, is turning healthy things into bad things. I don't remember how to say cook in French, but essentially they say c'est merveilleux. Cook avec le beurre essentially means like it's marvelous to cook with butter. So instead of the gray stuff is delicious, they say it's marvelous to cook with butter. And that just like really describes French cuisine to me. Is like, how much butter can we put in this? Yes. That is the answer. What's up, Crescent Chaos? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. I don't know, it's just crazy. But yeah, you can just like, you can taste the butter in like a pain au chocolat or something, or like a croissant or something like that. Like, want to cook a steak? Baste it with butter. I mean, butter is amazing. Like, let's be honest here. Idea, make a lot of arquebusiers, make a country with a strong military, but with old equipment mad, declare war on them, make them confident that they'll win, defeat their armies, and then you get them epically trolled, says Panzer.
I mean,
Most people are behind us at this point, right? Except for the
it's
first place.
only the first place that we're fighting with, but we're almost ready. Like we need to wait for this to tick up a little more, and then we'll go to town on these guys.
Okay.
The town being
Waiting.
Sparta.
Yeah, the waiting game. Is it their capital?
No, the capital is over
Babylon.
But you know,
By the
we
rivers of...
captured the small one here that actually has a lot of territory first, and you know, because this one has 2 natural wonders in it.
That will hurt them. That'll cripple them pretty hard.
And then we go after Babylon here. I guess also waiting gives us some time to upgrade some of the the units we have around here.
And we are getting about 300 gold per turn, so that's pretty good.
Because these guys obviously also should be upgraded. And where were they? I know I had other units standing around.
The arquebusiers are pretty good, actually, as like a unit.
Let's send these guys over here. Oh, no, all of them, please. I had only the one selected.
Oh no, and they can walk farther.
Oh, right, because these are still the naked guys. They will never catch up.
They're too fast. They went 3 more tiles further.
Yeah, because of the roads. Actually.
Gosh dang. Dang. That's crazy. Anyways, yeah, so why was I talking about French people and butter? Oh, because I was talking about Chinese pastries and that they don't have butter. So they're these really dry, flaky, quote unquote pastries that they made for breakfast. And they had bean paste on the inside. And at first I was kind of like, why would I eat this nasty dry pastry that like it had like sesame seeds on it? What's up, United States 105?
What's wrong with having sesame seeds on a pastry?
On a pastry? Sesame seeds are on buns. Burger buns.
But they still have sweetness to them.
I mean, or Asian food. I don't think I've ever eaten enough sesame seeds in one go to actually taste what they taste like, to be fair, actually. Does anybody know what a sesame seed tastes like? Other than sesame oil, I guess. Does it just taste like sesame oil, but like in seed form? Kind of like how an almond tastes like an almond, but almond butter tastes like...
Somehow we just circumnavigated the globe, even though we never built a ship. I guess our dudes walked all the way around.
It is Pangea. It is all just land.
Also, we can claim another wonder, so maybe we should just go... Wait, no, this one is not a faith wonder. Ah, here. Notre Dame, for even more faith in that capital.
Heck yeah. Notre Dame.
So where is it?
Memphis. Bombardin. Sounds good, minus the sesame seeds. I mean, honestly, like, I swear to you, at the end of my time in China, I eventually was like, yeah, like, this is a pretty good thing. Like, I looked forward.
I forgot it counts. It actually counts all the districts in the empire, not in the city.
Oh, so it wouldn't have mattered then.
Wouldn't have mattered. It's 96 faith.
Oh my gosh. That's a lot of faith.
And now
Our people are super religious.
And the thing is, of course, we... where do we have...
The Celtic
actually, we have
Angkor
Wat here, but you know, Londinium is only this one place.
Yeah.
So we can probably start connecting it up.
Attach it.
Wait, why is this disconnected? Who burned down this?
What? The independent people, maybe.
Yeah, probably the independent people. This is unacceptable.
Burn them. Burn them back. Anyways, the Celtic special unit is just the barbarian from Clash of Clans. Well, I mean, the Clash of Clans barbarian is a little less manly, maybe, than the Celtic one in this.
Yeah, what I meant to say is, you know, we can try
is
to
the
link
barbarian wearing a shirt?
Link this up here, and then we get crazy amounts of food.
I don't even remember. Is the barbarian wearing a shirt in Clash of Clans? Nothing much, man. How you guys doing? I see y'all playing a nice game of Humankind. What's going on in the game? Hit me, brother. Hit me up, brother, with the news. Them news. Wow. I don't know why that was so hard for me to read. Hit me up, brother, with them news. Well, we are trying to convert the entire world currently. Are we really on
and are
negative
discovering that, you know, we ignored notifications so people burn down all the stuff?
Are we really losing one person per turn? With our negative 344 food?
I mean, I think a lot of the food was coming from attached stuff over here that is no longer attached because it got
Gracious.
burned. So clearly we need a farmer's quarter here.
Will there be an office Christmas party at the Amplitude office? We already had it, actually, very early in December. Because most people are, you know, going to be on leave, essentially, during the actual Christmas time, because people want to go back to see their families, you know, whether it be in the French countryside or in other countries or whatever. So, like, we had it December 5th, maybe? What was it? The 3rd? I don't even remember. It was pretty early on in December, though. And it was super fun. We did this little get together at kind of like an old carnival museum that like kind of recreates old carnival like games and stuff. Super, super cool. If you want to see a picture of it, I was like, did we post something on our Insta?
I'm pretty sure it was before December 3rd because I know on December 3rd I went to the doctor's and I didn't come to the party specifically because, you know, I didn't want to risk getting the notification of, hey, you know, you've
COVID, yeah.
got COVID, you can't go to the doctor now.
We still haven't posted anything about it on our social account. What the heck? I thought I remember both of it. Well, you can't see a picture of it because it's not it's not on there. You know? You know, we'll post it. I will make sure that something gets posted soon. After 2 years in China, I've grown very fat. They cook in oil most of the time, and as soon as I returned back to Russia, everything returned to normal. Oh yeah, China's a super like unhealthy diet. Super bad.
I mean, to be fair, cooking everything in butter any better than cooking everything in oil?
In some ways, yeah. In some ways, yeah. No. Honestly, I think the people that volunteered in China with us had a saying. The girls, at least, had a saying because I think women sometimes struggle with negative body images for obvious reasons. And so they had this saying where they're like, oh, I've got my rice cheeks. Because essentially, you eat so much rice in China, that's just a really simple carb. Like with almost every meal, that a lot of the girls would kind of get like plumper cheeks or whatever. And so they call them their Chinese rice cheeks. And I'm like, wow, that's a lot of rice. Like, but yeah, like you're eating a bunch of rice, everything's cooked in oil. Like, they don't give you fresh vegetables for most meals. They cook them in oil first. They like saute them up in a bunch of oil. And I'm just like, why couldn't have I just had like a normal vegetable, like a non-oily vegetable? It was really weird. And like, I don't know, a lot of the meat has like all of the stuff on it. Like in the US, like our meat doesn't even look like what the meat looks like coming off of an animal. Like it's all chopped up, butchered really nicely. A lot of the the fat is shaved off. And they eat stuff like chicken feet and
we grabbed a bunch of territory and we've see one saltpeter and it's just outside our borders.
Oh no. I almost eat rice every day. That Abrams, welcome to the stream first of all. It's good to have you. And I mean, you can definitely eat rice every day as long as you're doing other things. But like, it's pretty easy to, you know, I don't know. Like it didn't feel like my diet was very balanced in China. I felt like it was like pretty lopsided. There's not enough dairy products in China. From the lack of calcium, my teeth ached very badly. Yo, Dobry, in China, they had my favorite yogurt I've ever had in my life. Can you guess what type of yogurt it was? This is where I got most of my dairy. If anybody's never been to China, they have, I don't know if they have this in other Asian countries, but in China, they have these red dates. And it's not like a dried date that you have in the US where it's like in a package on a stick, you know, with the like really sugary dried dates. These are China's huge on dairy. Are they though? They don't sell milk.
I think they may be
It's
being a
Corset
bit
Labelle being-
sarcastic because as far as I know, a lot of Asian people have lactose intolerance.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's a big place. That's fair, Camino Sai. China is a very big place, and it takes a long time to get from one end to the other.
True.
Even on fast trains. We took this slow train one time to save money, and we were like, we can just like sleep in the seat. It'll be fine. We'll just sleep sitting up. But what they don't tell you is that it's not a comfortable seat. Your feet are like an inch away from the people's feet that are across from you. The chairs don't recline, and people are smoking and spitting and stuff on the floor next to you, which is like hard to sleep when that's going on.
The Greeks.
They import a lot of milk from North America, really?
The Greeks just declared war on the Edo-Japanese.
Oh no!
Are you sure that's a good idea? Wait.
Wait, their empire's destroying.
Oh my god! I think they had a rebellion, maybe, with all these guys being independent, because this one here, San Lorenzo, obviously, San Lorenzo is a
Violent.
major empire name for a city, and also it has multiple territories, so
my
that can't be a
gosh.
normal independent people. And I guess these people over here, the who's that?
The Poles.
Pole? Oh, they're also already advanced. May have taken advantage of that. Wait, League of the English and the Norsemen.
Oh wow, they really shot above us, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they did. Man, they're having a good game here. We may have to recenter our plans of kicking their ass into
Yeah.
kicking their ass.
Well, they're a lot closer than us, so their asses would be much closer to kick.
But first, we need to kick this ass before it's too late.
That's fair, yeah.
I didn't get to 100 that like I actually wanted, but no, we don't have much more time to wait here.
Yeah, fair enough. We're at a turn 140. Not bad. Not bad.
Wait, I need to actually get these guys all in so they can immediately spawn.
Goat and sheep dairy is pretty big in Western Asia, and that's fine for lactose intolerant people. I love goat and sheep dairy products, actually. They just don't drink it, but they cook it with it and make a lot of yogurt. So anyways, these red date yogurts are amazing. Like, it's a flavor like you've never had before. It almost reminds me of graham crackers. Do you know what graham crackers are?
I mean, I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever had
You've
them.
never had a graham cracker? Chat, by raise of hands, who's had a graham cracker? Imagine a yogurt that tastes like a graham cracker.
Oh, look, our German Kniggets are making short work of the peasants.
Excellent. Corset Labelle. My name, the person in the red shirt is Jordan. Hello, nice to meet you.
You know, the whole different.
Chat, I think I leaned on a button when I oops. I think I leaned on a button, y'all. Yeah, the stream's gonna start real soon. Real soon.
Don't worry, guys. We're about to start.
Chat, I can't be trusted with this stream deck. I can't be trusted with it. Oh my gosh. It's because I don't have my Pepsi. It's because I needed caffeine, Stephanie. This all happened because an hour ago, I was gonna drink a drink and I put it in the fridge and somebody took it out of the fridge and they drank it and it wasn't theirs. It was my Pepsi. Oh, I'm defeated. I'm defeated.
Let's just hope that we aren't defeated as well.
No, I believe in you.
I mean, man, these Teutonic Knights are doing serious work there.
Yes, my goodness. I was excited to see what they were capable of because I've never used the Teutonic Knights before.
Even without the charge, it's like.
Yeah, that's impressive actually. Dang. Woo. Anyways, thank you all so much for being here. Really, I just want to take a second to say thank you. Thank you for participating in the stream. We know that y'all have a lot of streams that you could be at, but you're choosing to be here with us, and we love you for it. Get this man a Pepsi. I know, Dobry.
And now it's like, hey, look, we just conquered the city, and it's like, no, the English feel differently about you.
I'm sure they do.
Oh, wait.
They're hesitant.
Wait, no, I just noticed something. One of our cities was renamed at request of our viewers to Londinium.
Londinium, yeah. Londonia! Oh my
Is this
gosh.
acceptable, chat?
Should we destroy Londonia? There can only be one.
I mean, aren't they the... No,
we
they're
need to
not
kill.
the ones.
We need to
kill
take out
the other
purple.
ones.
Purple's surrounding us.
What do we actually call this color? Is it...
Fuchsia? Magenta?
Yeah, I was about to ask, is that considered magenta? It's like...
As far as the race to build the greatest empire.
Hey Siri, show me images of fuchsia.
Good luck.
Here are some images of fuchsia from the web. Have a look.
These are flowers!
well, yes, that's why the color is called fuchsia.
Hey Siri, show me images of the color fuchsia. I'd say that's pretty close.
I mean, the notable thing is
I'd say it's almost closer to that one.
Yeah,
though.
I was about to say, the notable thing is that you asked for images of that color,
And
and
it
you
still
get
gave
two
me
different
flower.
and gave you two different colors.
There's actually two colors of fuchsia, chat. Noe, thank you for bringing such a great game. Looking forward to more to updates and the DLCs. Well, January is going to be an exciting month for you, Noe. Thank you so much for being here in the stream. It's fantastic having you. Still got to go do my homework, so goodbye. All right, see you later, Abrams. Have a good night. Show me purple. Siri shows you a mollusk.
Yeah, basically.
Siri's not always the most helpful AI assistant.
I mean, I think that's something that can be said of pretty much any AI assistant.
I want to know what the what's that AI assistant that what that one company has that's supposed to be the smartest AI in the world or something. It's like a tech company that made an AI, but it's not one you can use on your phone.
Oh man, you're still short on food here. Oh god.
I forget what it's called now. It's some pretty common name, I thought. I don't know. Maybe chat knows. I don't remember what it was, but essentially they made a really intelligent AI that figures out important things for them. I want to say it was Microsoft or something, but that's not right. It's some big thing. Marvin, he's a personality prototype from Sirius Cybernetics. Maybe Sirius Cybernetics doesn't necessarily ring a bell, Camino Sci, but maybe, I don't know. But anyways, wouldn't that be super cool if you actually had that type of an AI for your phone? Because when I hear AI, I think Deus, Ex Machina, whatever, where it's pretending to be a human. Siri doesn't pretend to be a human. We know,
Also, random note: the
Tell me.
English that now feel differently about us are now actually the Haudenosaunee.
Okay, interesting.
It's Victor Hugo as the Haudenosaunee, but
All right.
but yeah, they have become the
Remind me
the
again where
people who the pet
Haudenosaunee-
is named after.
Oh, okay. Got it. Watson? Who owns Watson, James? And I think that actually is the one that I was thinking about. Any one of us could be that AI. I guess. How Matrix do you want to get up in here? Is it IBM? Okay, that actually rings lots of bells. I think I was thinking of Watson from IBM. Because, you know, like, I don't know. You know, Siri is more of like a virtual assistant and less of an AI, right? Siri's more of like a voice command regurgitator type thing. Like, even simple questions you can't even ask Siri. I would say the Hey Google intelligence, whatever we want to call it, is smarter than Siri. Because, like, Siri, I mean, you can't even ask her basic questions, but at least the Google one, you can say, like, you know, what is this? And then, like,
And then maybe when you're lucky, you get an answer.
well, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's, you know, not necessarily a statement about the AI and more a statement about how when you Google something, you don't necessarily get the answer.
No, this is true, but like, I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is that like the Google AI, you can ask it more variations of like the type of question that you're trying to say. You don't have to say like, "Hey Siri, show me images of this." Like, "Hey Siri, Google this." Like, the fact that I have to say "Hey Siri" and Google like in one sentence, it's too much. It's too much. Yeah. Thanks, Nefarious. I'll just hold my hand over the microphone really quick so that she doesn't hear. Shush. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Question: are we gonna see sometime in the future civil wars in humankind? I'm just wondering. I mean, other than the like rebellion feature, I don't really know. That's a good question.
I mean, maybe in the far future, but I don't think we have something planned for that right now.
Like, yeah, I would say if you want that idea to happen, put it in the games together and see if other people like it. Because basically, you know, like, if you have a really good idea and people get behind it and there's a lot of support on games together, like that's part of Stephanie's job, is to like see what ideas are more like supported by the community and to help you know, kind of convey those priorities to the production teams that actually like, you know, work on the other content. You know, is that fair? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that is a fair description.
Sweet. You need to put the phone inside the fridge if you want to make sure it ain't listening. What's so special about the fridge? Also, my wife's telling me about some like package. Package? I don't think I ordered anything. I feel like there have been like scam like texts about like, hey, your package, click on this link or something.
That definitely have been. I've been getting like, so over the past year, I've gotten probably a dozen of those on my German mobile phone number, which I haven't used to order anything in 3 years because I've not ordered anything from Germany.
No. I'm gonna tell her not.
If it's a text that just says, "Oh, your package has arrived," click here. Never click the link.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's smart enough not to click the link.
No, just saying that for the benefit of chat. Oh no, terrifying. There are phalanxes with the 29 strength. Our base strength is already at 44. And that's before factoring in the religion bonus and all that.
I mean, they're pikemen, but, you know.
Yeah, they do have some very long, pointy sticks.
Indy hid inside the fridge when the nuke dropped. Indiana Jones. Civil War splitting one of your opponent's factions and suddenly popping up a whole new AI opponent out of nowhere would be a neat feature for a 4X game, but it'd have to be designed with that from the ground up. Or it'd have to be implemented in a way that made it balanced and not an annoying feature rather than a, you know, a fun feature that made the game more exciting to play. Because I think that's a key thing with adding new features, is that it could be a cool, realistic feature, but it could also be a, unfortunately, you know, like an unfortunate feature that's not actually like fun. I don't know. World Council mechanics would be interesting, like a UN situation. That'd be interesting.
Right now, our biggest opponent
the
here is
issue.
actually how little room there is for our units to maneuver.
It's kind of a choke point right there, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, but they're moving the archers right up in
But
there.
but in a way, this is to our benefit because they can't gang up on our units.
Lead,
Oh man,
lead them into a choke point.
I don't think they could see these guys before, and they walked right into it.
You've activated my trap card.
We will. They probably thought, oh, we will fight in the shade, but sadly, we're not using arrows anymore.
Yeah. Ooh. And that's what happens when hoplites go up against some crossbowmen. Or are they? What are those? No, those have guns. Which ones are those?
Arquebusiers. But
Oh,
they're
those are
the only ones we've upgraded so far because the upgrade's pretty expensive.
It's expensive. Okay. We got a question about an error. Has the issue with the map editor been resolved, or sometimes it would block certain adjacent tile placements? Ooh, I have not used the map editor.
I don't know if that one's been resolved or not.
That is a great question. How would we find an answer to that? Are there any? Well, I was gonna say, are there any QA in the chat, but they're off of work, so I'm not gonna be that guy. But I can definitely look into that, and maybe we could get you an answer next week. I guess it'd be the next time that we'd be able to tell you. I mean, or you could just like send a tweet or something and ask that so that I have a record of it on the socials, and then I can respond to your tweet when I get a chance. I mean, that sounds like a reasonable thing if you want to.
Yes, come charging out at our cavalry, even though you would be safe behind the walls.
I mean, our other people can come into the city, though.
Yeah, but the problem is, they've not really had a chance to come in so far.
That's fair.
And
What's up, Gigal? How you
These guys up
doing?
here. Who shoot that?
World Congress at first, then United Nations. The League of Humans. The League of Normal Humans. Sheesh. We want to pull back and bring in our arquebusiers.
Just bring in a stronger unit because, I mean, these guys are strong enough, but they're the weakest in our army, so I want to minimize the amount of damage we take.
Yeah, no, that's smart. Smart, I like it. League of Normal Humans sounds like something Lex Luthor would form. The League of Extraordinary Humans. It's so interesting how extraordinary means above average, but extra space ordinary means very average. Super average. Tired, happy about the end of the workday. I get that, Gagao. It's almost like you'd want to like kick back. Wait, hold up. Where's my kick back? Lean back in your. Oh my gosh, this always scares me. Lean back in your chair and drink a nice Pepsi. If only you had a Pepsi to drink.
No, my mental image is that
Who saw that coming, Chad?
that scene from Fairly Odd Parents,
Oh.
where the dad is like, "This is where I would put my price if I had one." Where it's like the spotlight and everything.
I don't remember the specific
I'm
episode.
pretty sure he was angry about Dinkelberg.
Dinkelberg. Dinkelberg. And he's got a really interesting voice, doesn't he? Like that passive aggressive insult. I bet you're at the top of the Gauss bell. Gauss bell? What's Gauss bell? Other than sounding like gospel.
The Gauss bell, or I guess you would know it as a Gauss curve. In German, we call it die Gaussglocke. That bell curve.
Oh, a normal curve, yeah. A bell curve, yeah. I bet you're at the top of the bell curve. Okay. Gauss. Gauss is like a word that I've heard referred to as like a cannon, a type of cannon.
It's a name of a famous mathematician, Karl Friedrich Gauss. He used to be on the
Why are
German
all the
10
famous
euro.
mathematicians German or Austrian?
Well, Well, they're not all German. There's a lot of Germans because in that period, science was promoted in Germany or in the German-speaking areas. But anyway, he did a lot of important math. He also did like a lot of work on various topics and a lot of stuff was named after him later in his honor. The Gauss curve, I think, was something he actually worked with. But for example, there's the Gaussian algorithm for solving sets of linear equations, which is super important. But he didn't name it that way. That he was named that after. And the Gauss cannon, named the Gauss cannon because Gauss is a unit of magnetic strength, and the Gauss cannon is something that uses magnets to accelerate the projectile.
You were a teacher, weren't you?
Yes.
Why did I get to have you for my teacher in school, huh?
And I actually talked about like the Gauss cannon with one of our VIPs recently because it was like, oh, it's a railgun. And I'm like, no, a Gauss cannon is not a railgun. Is
a railgun a real thing though?
Yes, I think the U.S. Navy. No, I think the U.S. Navy has been doing experiments with that, and then they discovered because of the power they need special ammo for it, or it'll weld to the rails, and then the special ammo was like ludicrously expensive, and they were like the laughing stock of the media for a while.
Gosh.
Because the difference is like the rail
in video games, a railgun is something that shoots in a line.
Yeah.
And hits everything in a line.
So what is the difference? The Gauss cannon has like linear motors, like electromagnets along the barrel, but it's still a barrel with a bullet in it, and then the magnetic field accelerates through it. The railgun has like two rails, and you put the bullet on it, and that closes the electric circuit. Then the power starts flowing. That generates the magnetic field, and that accelerates it out. But the problem is you need so much power that if you're not careful, it welds the bullet to your rails, and then you just...
Oh, sheesh. What's up, Mariana? See you over there on YouTube. How you doing? Old CRT monitors used to have a degauss button. Yeah, there's so many references, like StarCraft, CRT monitors. I don't know.
Yeah, no, Gauss was definitely super important for mathematics and physics.
I feel like I just learned something I'll forget. It says Minty Doom. Well, but it was interesting, wasn't it? It tickled your brain a little, didn't it?
And, another name you might see come up a lot, of course, is Euler, who was another one of those mathematicians who did just about everything and mind blown about all the shit they discovered.
Granted, I don't think I know any references to Euler currently, unless it's a...
I mean, it's not as commonly referenced in popular culture, but if you look into any kind of math you need for anything, like even if it's like a formula you need for game development, like exponential growth, it's something Euler examined a lot, which is why the constant usually
at bacteria.
He was more theoretical since he was a mathematician, but like the number that is usually used to express exponential growth functions is called Euler's number.
Euler's number.
And it's one of those, I think it's actually transcendental, but it's one of those numbers that, have infinitely many different digits.
Right, okay. Interesting.
But the funny thing is that...
Oh, it looks like Euler. Okay.
Yeah.
You're not pronouncing these incorrectly. You're doing a very good job. I want you to know.
I'm pronouncing them Germanly. That's the problem.
You're pronouncing it fine. I just don't know what you're talking about until somebody in chat.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, I pronounce them the way I learned to pronounce them.
Well,
in German,
I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, to be fair. Like, not correctly. But, like, I don't know what it sounds like in my brain until I see it how I've seen it written in textbooks.
No, that you say it. I'm, of course, realizing, oh, yes, of course, the English call it Euler. But in Germany, we always called him Euler, because that was
that makes
what
sense.
his name was in German.
Hey, it makes sense. I just probably fairly few American people pronounce it correctly, so I don't think I would have heard it like that.
And
it's something with parabolas, which was used for orbital mechanics. Orbital mechanics for like spaceships orbiting, or like satellites orbiting Earth or something. I guess we haven't really. Have we ever... I've watched too many sci-fi movies, so I'm not sure where sci-fi ends and reality begins, but have we ever slingshotted any spaceships around Earth to go to the moon? I guess you kind of wait for the orbits to line up with the moon.
You don't slingshot around Earth to get to the moon because the moon is in orbit around Earth, so it doesn't really work.
Why? That wouldn't
You
matter.
need to slingshot around something else. Like you can slingshot around the moon, for example, to get extra speed to leave the Earth-Moon system and go to another planet.
Right, okay. I really think that we should have a base on the moon. I think that'd be sick.
I'm pretty sure NASA's working towards that now.
Well, isn't it because like China was like, we're gonna do it, and we don't really.
I mean, that's always been a great motivator for other countries to invest in the space program. When yet another country says, "Hey, we're going to do X," and then they're like, "Oh man, we need to do that first."
Yeah, well, I was something really interesting because like I don't know if this was like real news or like it was like an opinion article, so I'm not exactly sure if this was true. But somebody was saying that like China was like, because like I don't know how claiming territory on the moon works, because it's like technically like international waters.
Yeah,
or something.
I was about to say, I think there's probably an international treaty that very specifically says you can't.
Yeah, but then like China was like, we're gonna put a base up in this place, and we were like, wait, but we had plans for that same place. I think again, when I say we, I mean the United States because I'm American. But like, I don't remember if this is true or not. But I feel like specifically neutral territory. Okay, thank you, Kaminasai. Saber's loving the science conversation. Heck yeah. What about the existing base on the dark side of the moon? The one that the Transformers put there, Nefarian? I couldn't say it without laughing. I'm sorry. Wasn't there an interstellar mission which used that to travel far into deep space? I think
there have been many
probes
that
using that method.
The Voyager probes are far away, and
think-
luckily they are not coming back as Voyager yet.
Yeah, I think the last one we sent out was going towards the sun, and then it's gonna orbit around the sun and then like keep on going or something.
That was probably the last high-profile one that a lot of people heard about, but they're sending so many probes. I think like just a couple of weeks ago they sent one that does like several slingshots around inner solar system planets to end up in the asteroid belt and do an experiment there where they're trying to shift. Like it's a double asteroid, like a big asteroid with a smaller one, like a moon. They're trying to shift the smaller moon's asteroid's orbit to see if they can shift that orbit. Just in case that eventually we might have to do that to stop something from hitting Earth.
Right, that's fair.
And funnily enough, the latest one of the astronauts NASA recently added, has been trained as an oil driller. Bruce Willis says hi.
Really?
Yeah, they literally now have an oil driller as an astronaut.
Interesting.
Like Armageddon.
Speaking of astronauts with interesting skills, Space Force. Did anybody watch the TV show that they made about Space Force? It was actually pretty funny. I think the concept of Space Force is really interesting, but I think in practicality, it's a bit of a strange concept.
I mean, the thing, I know a lot of people were poking fun at the whole Space Force thing when it was started.
Sure, yeah.
But
what's Space Force? It's a branch of the United States military that specializes in space.
Yeah, but the thing is, why I think people were making fun of it, but in actuality, you already had a Space Force. It was just part of the Air Force.
Oh, well, yeah, and the Air Force used to be part of the Army because there was no Air Force initially until they were
exactly.
like...
They're basically just saying, okay, the space stuff is now so important that it needs to be its own branch. But
Yeah.
as far as what they're doing, there's nothing new to it.
Right. All right, let me catch up with Chad. Where are we at? The dark side of the moon changes as it rotates. But haven't we mapped the moon? So do we know what all the parts of the moon look like now? Even the dark side? I thought we didn't know what the dark side looked like. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know how detailed the maps are because obviously you'll need different mapping techniques since it's on the dark side.
Well, but if what they're saying is true, that the dark side of the moon changes as it rotates, then wouldn't we eventually see the whole thing?
It's more like, I mean, with the more primitive satellites in like the Apollo days, recording capabilities are limited. And when you're on the other side of the moon, you can't send a radio signal easily. So, you know, obviously the initial maps were probably better on this side when you could directly
Right.
send the data than on the other side. But these days we probably have a map. But I pretty sure that as far as sending actual rovers there, I don't think there have been many. There have been like 2 or 3 on the dark side.
Right. Or else we would have found the Transformers. Is it meeting with the Belters? What are the Belters?
That's a reference to The Expanse.
Oh, I've never seen The Expanse. No spoilers. Please.
I've only seen the first season, and then, you know, it was removed from Netflix, and it was like, oh yeah, it's on Prime now. But at the time, I didn't have Prime, and I still haven't signed up to Prime. I still need to remember that.
Fair enough.
Every time somebody mentions, oh, and I'm like, I need to sign up to Prime. Then when I'm at home, I'm like, did I mean to do? Oh well, I'll remember eventually. I never actually get around to signing up to Prime to watch all the shows. But
think Space Force
it's
is
also,
being-
you know, I don't have time to watch all the shows because.
Wait, Space Force is being reabsorbed? I didn't know that. Is that because wasn't it Trump who asked for Space Force to exist? I think it was Trump who did
It was during the Trump administration, yes.
Which, granted, was one of the few things that I actually agreed with. I think Space Force is a good idea, actually. Because, like, when you create a new branch, like, it helps them, like, focus on whatever that they're trying to do. Like, same way that the Air Force did, you know, when it branched out from the Army. I was stationed in Vandenberg Air Force Base, which is now Space Force Base. Oh, really? That's super cool, Elias. I don't actually know where the Vandenberg one is. Is that in Nevada?
Wait.
I'm not
Vandenberg?
sure.
I think Vandenberg was in California, I think.
Oh, it's in California. Well, there are a lot of bases in California. That makes sense.
Generally, the bases where they launch rockets from are on the coast, so that there's no risk of the rocket dropping onto America.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, that's super cool. I've only been to the Air Force bases in Utah. Well, one of the Air Force bases. The only Air Force base that I've been to is in Utah, I should say. Yeah. I was very close to an Air Force base in California when I lived in Sacramento, though. But I've actually been to Hill Air Force Base. It's northwest of Santa Barbara. Yeah, I got you. My mom's from LA. Well, not LA technically, but near LA. Very interesting. So the dark side of the moon is always opposite from Earth because of the revolution. The moon on itself is the same speed as the rotation around the Earth. From the Earth, we always see it from the same side.
Yeah, it's tidally locked.
Right. So, but that's what I'm saying is I don't understand the question about the rotation. Maybe Uncle Elias is going to answer it. There's a far side of the moon, which is the side of the Earth we never see, but as the moon rotates, most of its surface, except for some craters near the poles, get sunlight.
Yeah. The problem is less the light and more
And
the
more the
data
imaging.
transmission.
Okay.
But these days we have like satellites in
You can bounce it off.
in a polar orbit around the moon, I think, so that they can transfer it.
Was your mom a Valley girl? I don't know. I'm trying to remember the exact name of the city that she was from. Now I gotta look it up. What's up, Dr. Kane? I'm pretty sure she was born in like a kind of a schwanky town, but I mean, she's very much not like that, if you know what I mean. I'm pretty sure Valley Girl is like what they call people that like are kind of like ditzy, right? I don't know.
I think it's that kind of stereotype, yeah.
Santa Barbara's over there. I don't know, maybe she was kind of close. What was it called? She was from Agora Hills, which is by Thousand Oaks, which is underneath Santa Clarita, and because she told me about going to Ventura, but that's not. I mean, that is kind of close. I guess that's just down the coast from Santa Barbara. Agora Hills. I don't know if you know where that is. Can you do vocal fry? What is vocal fry? Like screamo? I don't think I've tried to do screamo ever, if that's what you're talking about. Can I ask you something? Wish me luck. I'm needing a little bit of luck right now. Heck yeah, Dr. Kane. What are you needing luck for in specific? I mean, if you don't want to tell us, you don't have to. Well, that's really interesting. I don't think I ever knew this much about the moon before. I don't think I've ever learned this much specifically about the moon. So, the purple people, right? So we've transitioned. By the way, chat, if you're not following along, we're in the Ming. We are the Ming now in the early modern era.
And they are by now the Zulu.
Oh no!
For non-repeat viewers, the Zulu are the culture that have kicked our asses 2 or was it 3 times already?
I don't remember. How many
Every time we lose to the AI, they go like, Zulu time.
Zulu. I think it's more like Zulus.
So yeah, they're in the industrial era already, so they
How-
probably have
15
better
fighters
units possibly.
soon be
I was
needed.
gonna say, what is their fame score right now? Because maybe we could
Just roughly 100 points more than us.
see. As long as we're not falling too far behind, I think we're okay.
That is still, you know, it's definitely not great.
Yeah, definitely not good. I'm really curious what this vocal fry thing is. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I feel like my vocal cords are fried because I talk so much. I talk a lot.
Okay, at least, you know, we're starting to convert people to Ming culture around here. It's good.
Excellent, excellent.
And the faith is going strong as well.
Ooh,
Ooh, wow.
We almost did everybody, you know.
Yeah, there's a bit of animism or something left over here.
Interesting.
But yeah, most of it is converting.
A way of speaking in which the voice is very low pitched and has a characteristic rough or creaking sound. The vocal fry register is the lowest vocal register and is produced through a low glottal closure that permits air to bubble through slowly like a popping or rattling sound of a very low frequency. Oh. Oh. Maybe. Maybe? Sounds hoarse. Like, I don't know, like some. I feel like I'm gonna feel like a frog. I'll think about that. I'll check on that. It's a long story. I'll try to summarize it. We're trying to stop our trade union president from dragging our sorry asses into a pointless judicial battle just because he's trying to appease his fellow Bolsonaro, Brazilian president supporters. I don't know anything about this, but I will say that I wish you luck individually,
Yeah,
Kane.
I don't know enough about
I
this, and you know, it's not something we should get into on stream anyway.
as a official Amplitude stream, I don't think we can get into the specifics, but we do support individual members of our community because we love you all and we want y'all to be happy. Bolsonaro is basically Brazilian Trump. I mean, yo, times are rough.
Let's maybe ask chat for some advice here because I'm not sure what to build here next. We definitely need some stability, but I can't decide where I should put down the quarter because I really don't want to lose the yields.
Did we ever get the barracks bonus from our religion? I think we never went for the stability, did we?
I mean, we do get plus 15 from each garrison, so I guess I should just go over here and be like, you know,
What do we lose from that 20
this is
though?
a good, yeah, but you know, this we're not
We're not losing
exploiting this.
anything there.
So we're not losing anything really, and this is a
It's a good strategic spot.
good spot because you know they need to go through here or up here, so we can probably find some way to compensate over here. But yeah, I think after whatever research we finish here, that should help because we can get wondrous luxuries, and after that we need to look a bit for stability.
Sweet. I like it. You're doing a very good job.
Yes, this will help. Stability
Apothecary.
per researchers.
How much is our science output at this point?
500. So
536.
it's not the greatest. We should probably build some research quarters somewhere.
Could be good. Could be good. Do we have any more of those hot springs we can
Ooh,
We
and
can.
we could claim another wonder. Maybe there's something we can do here for some
Ooh.
signs.
I do like wonders. The Taj Mahal mausoleum at
+2
Halicarnassus.
signs per district. I
Hmm.
think that's also, all district. Let's
I was about to
check
say that could be
something.
pretty strong, actually.
Since this one we know the base is it's 95 from district, so that would be twice that. So 180, 190 signs.
That's not nothing.
I mean that's a lot given that we only make about 500.
Yeah.
So
It's
yeah,
like
I guess
almost
let's
40
build a mausoleum.
something percent. Nice. Let's do it. I like it.
The
I like
question
it,
is
chat.
where.
Where it looks cute, obviously. All right, chat. Where should we put Halicarnassus?
Oh wait, I think. Yeah, that one might be a good spot here because I think this tile
Oh,
already.
yo,
has
our
some
stability is tanking.
Yeah, this is another reason why we want the mausoleum there, but we can't
Mhm.
attach it here right now because we just, spent all our influence claiming something.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't need to build, start building right now.
We do get 523 influence per turn.
Yeah,
which
and
is
I guess
pretty
we
strong.
can make
RX,
sure
what's up?
to get some more fortifications to be ready to defend.
Nefarious says near the coast, if possible. I don't know if that's an option.
Oh, we could build it on this little peninsula that we're not exploiting.
I like it.
But I want to finish this one first. Oh, our knights are back. Excellent. So let's park them on the city here. Yeah, you
Oh,
help
it
us
only
with the
takes
mausoleum.
8 turns to make?
Oh wait,
Dang.
actually, you don't help because you barely have any production. What you need is actually a lot of infrastructure.
Lumberyard.
Because that's one of the cities we claimed.
Right.
I mean, I'd love if we could just make a mega city, but we don't have the stability management for that at the moment. We'd need to build a
Maybe
lot
later.
more. We'd need to build a lot more commons quarters and garrisons.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Here it's trending back up. But I think I may still want another garrison somewhere for a little bit extra. Or is there a good spot for a commons quarter, maybe? Are we exploiting that? No, we're not even exploiting that, so we might as well. No, wait, the Kaiserdom is exploiting.
Yeah.
So we would lose 5 industry, but I guess that's fine because we'll get the synergies here. Or is there another good spot?
We're just doing it for the stability.
Well, for the stability, because afterward we can build more districts around here.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, that's pretty low stability, but that's just because there's not very
it's
many
always
districts.
pretty low stability because we haven't upgraded the commons quarters yet.
Fair enough. Fair
And
enough.
I think maybe we'll start with the garrison, so we get a big boost, and we'll just
Yeah, insta 15 is pretty nice.
Where are the people we would be going to war with? Over here. So I
I am all out of water, and I still don't have any Pepsi. Or our garrisons are 20, not 15. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm thinking, here's somewhere over here are areas that are not exploited at all, so we can just have it here, and almost entirely surrounded by rivers. That'll be a bad time trying to conquer that from us.
I think I'll still probably be sad enough about the Pepsi to last me all the way until next week. I don't let go of things very quickly. Does that mean I don't forgive quickly either? Or does that just mean that I am super passionate about things?
Do you happen to have a giant book clasped in gold at home that you write your grudges into?
No. I don't have a golden book to put my grudges into.
For clarity, that was a Warhammer joke because you know the dwarves in Warhammer do that.
Oh,
They have the Great
okay.
Book of Grudges. They actually literally
They
write,
write down who they're
everything,
upset at.
everything they've been slighted, and it's only when they feel they've gotten revenge for it they strike it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know. Is revenge in the 5 stages of grief?
Like you know to put in context how much the dwarves in Warhammer hold grudges, they started a very long war with the elves because the elves cut off an ambassador's beard.
He had to grow that back. It just dawned on me that I scammed you. Basil is not a basilica. Oh, Basil is not a basilica. It is the founder's name, Vasily. We've been scammed by Dobry. Straight up scammed.
I mean, I was kind of suspecting it would be a person because it's Saint Basil, so
Yeah, I was like,
and usually saints are people.
yeah, that's fair. I think it's interesting how certain people became saints later, like kind of how rock stars or not rock stars.
I'm
but like,
pretty sure being dead is a requirement for being a saint. Because I think there's a rule of
is
of,
that
of yeah, I think part of the requirement of being sainted is that
Yes, you have to be dead.
that miracles have to be attributed to you after you died.
Oh, that makes sense. Not Catholic, so wouldn't.
I mean, it's obviously the Orthodox Church may have a different
fair enough.
opinion of
2
saints.
betrayals in one day? I don't know if my heart can handle it. I don't know. I mean, granted, I don't think I'm as distraught about this Basil thing. I think I can get over the Basil thing rather quickly, actually. The Pepsi is a different matter, though. Just wanted to taste what the Pepsi Max. Just wanted to have it. You know what really makes me sad is the lack of energy drinks in France. Does anybody have any good European energy drink recommendations? Well, granted, I guess it has to be French recommendations because I can tell you in the Netherlands, they have different energy drinks than here. I think there's even a rule of like 50 years before a Catholic saint can become a saint.
Yeah, there are a lot of rules about becoming saint. Actually,
I don't drink coffee or tea, Gagao. That's my issue. That's my issue is I can't drink coffee or tea. Well, I choose not to drink coffee or tea. And then all the energy drinks are kind of butts. Red Bull outside of the US doesn't taste good. I had a Red Bull in China. Tastes like cough syrup. Tastes like medicine. It's so weird. Just how like Australian people think root beer tastes like medicine because their medicine is flavored root beer. Granted, that's why I don't like cherry flavored sodas. Because it tastes like medicine to me. Granted, I do kind of like Dr. Pepper cherry. Dr. Pepper is just good.
but in any case, before we get betrayed a third time by Dark Arrow not coming to tell us
To our rescue to remind us that it's 8
that
p.m.
it's 8 p.m. We have finished the Mausoleum of Halicarnassus, and I think that should be the final act for today.
Yay!
Let's just real quick check how much science we actually get from that. Does it say here? Library 54. So this one actually seems to count only in the city.
Well, it's a good thing we did it here then.
This is a reasonably large one, but this one I think would be bigger.
How many do we have in there? 43?
43, and here we only had like 27. But it's fine. Eventually we'll settle the stability problem, then we'll just make one giant mega city.
Mega city!
Anyway, thank you all for coming. I guess Jordan will see you next week. I won't because I will already be on my holidays.
Yeah, I'll do the Thursday stream myself. I don't think I don't trust myself to continue
I believe in you that you will manage to get 200 more fame to barely scrape out of first place.
Well, maybe we'll have to leave it up to chat what we do. If you want to see something happen next week,
of course, I guess the other option is more dungeon.
Well, this is true. I would like to have Thursday be a Humankind day, if at all possible. But maybe I start a new game on my account, and it'll be maybe a interesting setup or something like that. I don't know.
Chat plays, you ask Chat for every decision because you're not confident.
No. But anyways, yeah. We'll have to see. Well, it'll be a surprise. It'll be a surprise.
No, Dark Arrow, I don't think that's on the table.
Space Marines? Yeah, probably not. But anyways, thank you all so much for being here. Have a fantastic rest of your Thursdays. Our next stream will be Monday for Endless D&D, which you will be there for. So
yes, that is the exception.
You will see Stephanie on Monday. So yeah, tune in next Monday at 5:30 for our next stream. And we shall see you again later. I'm not sure if we're rating somebody. Looks like we're rating Potato McWhiskey,
nice.
Who actually happens to be live on Twitch and YouTube. So if you want to join everybody over there on YouTube too, you can just go there. Although there is no raid feature on YouTube Live.
No, I don't think so.
So anyways, yeah, it looks like he's playing through Pokemon Emerald. I actually saw what he was streaming earlier, so I just know. But anyways,
Yeah.
have a good weekend. See you later.